Rock me, mama.
Let's get it started in here. And the bass keeps running.
Period.
And running. Oh.
Cats always know when you're allergic to them.
Animals know when you don't like them, and they want you so much more.
I'm into fig. I truly am. But
You're just allergic.
I'm already
Air
like,
of fig that you're not.
Yeah.
Or the saliva.
Yeah.
Rather. You know, it's their saliva.
Nick is really allergic to cats, and Farah is obsessed with cats.
Who?
And Farah and wants one so bad. Because there's a neighborhood cat that comes over.
There's so many neighborhood cats here.
Older. My younger sister, Sydney.
Yeah.
She's here all the time. She is, for our entire lives, allergic as the day is
And how's it
long.
been?
She's not allergic anymore. Your body's
Allergies change.
Your body is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like
like
a
deathly.
week, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And she is now fine.
I'm sure
Unless
if I came over like every day, then this wouldn't.
It would be fine.
Yeah.
Nick, like, if he's touches a cat, he's like sneezing and has hives and
Sydney
shit.
was
That's
close
why I
to
can't
her
pet him.
deathbed.
I haven't even touched him, and I'm
It's the same with Nick. My mom literally can't go to a place if there's cats.
Yeah.
Because it's so bad for her.
And one of the girls I work with was the same way. She's like, no, I just wanted cats. So I just like got over it. And then
You're like,
I got over
excuse
it.
me.
I know. Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Apparently.
Yeah.
For some people.
as much as we love gabbing, we actually do have like a topic today.
Let's go.
Can you believe it?
I know. Look at us. That's growth. Is it season 3? Is it season 4? Is it a season?
Who the hell knows?
Who knows? Well, so a
It's
question
growth
that
season, babe.
that's what the season is. A question that I know I get asked regularly, and I think we're all kind of there.
Yeah. For
is how I knew I was done having kids, and so we kind of want to talk about just the end of that era of like
and how
all
for
of
some
us.
reason everybody's obsessed with asking you if you want
everybody's
more.
obsessed with asking you that. But yeah, I think the topic of just knowing that we are done with kids, how we knew, what that feels like, and because we're all kind of obviously in different stages of being done having kids.
Yeah.
Like
One of us isn't done.
Yeah, like one of us may not actually be done, but we won't name which one.
Yeah. We'll let you guess. We're done.
Yeah.
Me and Bill are like,
Yeah, but you're young.
No, yeah.
You know, you're young.
Well, and you also are like, if you do it, it'd be
In
2 or
the
3
future.
years from now.
Yeah,
right?
it would be a
Is that
while.
still-
At least.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. So my sister-in-law actually like surprise got pregnant with her third.
Yeah.
When her oldest was, 5 and a half, I think. Or no,
So it's like you're
her
finally in
5 years.
You're finally living your life.
Yes.
When they're 5, you're finally kind of like living.
Yeah, but they're like fully in elementary school, and then now she's just like home with her little baby girl.
Oh, that
the only
is
girl.
so
Is she depressed or is she
Oh, no,
happy?
She's great.
She loves it.
She loves it. Well, she finally got a little. She's the girliest girl I've ever met. My sister-in-law,
And she wanted
She's
a girl.
finally
She
got a
finally got a
baby
girl.
girl.
Yeah, I get
And
that.
What did they name her again?
Lottie.
Oh,
Love that.
It kills me.
Yeah.
It's the
Love
cutest
that.
name in the world.
Very cute. So, yeah, it would be.
See, that does sound magical.
that
I'm
kind
not
of
going to lie.
situation
Having that.
way later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, hard done. I know for me, I feel like I've expressed
done.
this before. Hard done. Pretty hard. I had only ever envisioned and wanted to, because that's all I had known. And like Kyle's my brother is my best friend, and we grew up that way. And so like in my mind, you had a sibling, and there were 2 of you, and that's just kind of what I wanted. And then I always wanted to have boys. I had 2 boys, and I think as cheesy as it sounds, we felt complete after 2. Like truly, there wasn't this still like, oh, but I wonder, like, what would it be like if we had another? Like it truly was like Wyatt was here, and that was our family. Like that was it. And then Chase was a little bit more on the fence, but then Wyatt was here, and
When a
if
baby
you've
is
listened,
tough,
you know,
it makes the decision. You're like, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the vasectomy was booked at I think 3 weeks postpartum. So yeah. What about y'all?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm so old
My God.
that I am done, because if I took the risk of having another baby, I've said this to you guys, that baby would have like double everything. It would have every fucking thing. It would have a
That's not the
T-Rex
main
arm.
reason, though,
it would
right?
have learning to. It would literally have everything. I'm 42.
Yeah.
Like I pushed it as far as you can push.
Yeah.
I started having kids at 38. I had my last kid at 41.
Which is badass.
And like he's perfect. And honestly, I mean, you never know. He's young enough to where something could develop, like whatever, and we'll deal with it because we love him and every kid is beautiful. But if I had another one, I'm pushing fate.
Yeah.
So true.
I'm pushing fate, honey.
Yeah.
I'm like the percentage, like the chances of me having a baby that with, a T-Rex arm and like 2 heads.
Don't test her. Fate's a nasty
Honey,
bitch.
you just don't know.
Bless. times 2.
Bless you. But yeah, also I absolutely hate pregnancy. I hate being pregnant. I have awful births. Both of my childbirths were incredibly traumatic. My pregnancies are awful. My postpartums are awful. I'm going through perimenopause. Literally.
Miss Perry,
I'm
show
having
your face.
Hey Perry.
Step up to the
slay
podium,
girl.
Perry.
I'm taking like happy hormone pills because I'm having night sweats.
Wait, save some blanket for Perry.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Jeez.
she needs some. Yeah, no, it's just done. And the not funny thing is that last month, you guys know that we had a scare because I was 4 or 5 days late on my period.
Yeah.
And I was like looking up how vasectomies sometimes don't work. And in my heart, I was like, okay, where do I go to have an abortion? Because we live in the South, because abortion's not allowed, because I'm old as shit. There were so many things in my heart, in my head that I was like, oh my God, I have to like actually think about these things right now. I can't just choose.
Yeah.
So I was very scared because women are actually getting like prosecuted for that shit. Like it's a big deal. So I called my mom. I'm like, Mom, what if I can't have another baby? I can't financially, I can't emotionally, I can't physically.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And she was like, well, we would figure it out. And I was like, God, this sucks.
Well,
and then I got my period.
I'd hate to end on an abortion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to end on an abortion.
end
Like,
with
you know what I
Tony.
mean? Like that.
Exactly. Because here's the thing about an abortion. Once you have kids, you know what that little thing's going to like look like and act like. It's different. You have a visual, you have it in your heart. It's like, it would have been so awful. I might have not even wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And so it would have been such a painful thing for me, whether I had it or whether I didn't. It would have been such a painful thing that I was so scared, and I was so grateful when I got my period.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Because I feel like we did everything right. I mean, we had the vasectomy. We did everything right.
well, and you're 8 months postpartum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I
it's
just was
so
like,
hard not to panic.
but in my mind, I was like, wouldn't it be your luck
Yes,
to
yes.
try for 2 years
Oh my God,
100%.
to have Tony
Yes.
and fail and
'Cause we
literally
don't know how
almost give
Tony
up
got here.
and then get pregnant right away
when
by
you-
accident?
Right when you stopped.
Yep.
Yeah. That would be something that happens.
Yeah.
100%. It happens to people all the time.
Thank
Yeah.
fucking God it didn't. I just heard about a girl that got pregnant and her husband had a vasectomy.
Okay.
Yeah,
are
we
they
know
getting
someone.
there?
Well, Bill knows.
Did they do the proper thing? They like had their sperm checked. All
Nick
of that.
did.
I know,
I
but
mean,
are
we got the clear.
The people that are having this story, they're not doing it correctly. They didn't do.
I don't know.
It's
There's a
literally
1%
science.
chance.
It's literally science.
Within the
like-
first year, there is a 1% chance that you do get pregnant.
But that's because like Chase has since gone and had his sperm tested.
Yeah.
Tested. I
Nick
can't think
too.
because I cannot breathe right now.
I'm so sorry.
It's so fine.
That happened to me
Macy's
once.
allergic
Yeah.
to my cats.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why they kind of live down here. So
It's fine. But Chase had his tested at the clinic or whatever, wherever they went.
You mean
turns
he
out
had
they
them
like all went to the
tested?
same place apparently. Did you
Yeah,
figure that out?
Nick had the same person as
Yeah.
Chase.
Yeah, but just like didn't do as good a job on Chase or something. I don't know.
I think Nick was just like, I've never seen anyone more diligent about icing their balls.
That's fair.
Literally every 20 minutes,
I
he's
think
like,
that's
gotta
maybe
ice
not
the
the
balls.
doctor's
No, Chase was
problem.
like working
Yeah.
out 3 days later, and I was
No,
like,
Nick was icing like
yeah.
a psychopath.
But anyways, he's had his tested at the clinic, and then he's since had it tested at like an at-home test,
Yeah.
and we now have it every 6 months. He's testing.
do we? So is that advised, or is that like we're making sure no sperms are growing?
It's
Both.
me really not wanting another kid.
Sure.
But we've looked it up and it says it's good to check every 6 to
Really?
12 months. Yeah.
I think for
6 is
sure
probably
me
extreme.
going through the change is going to help us, right?
Yeah.
Perimenopause isn't like menopause where you stop getting your period and stuff. It's just like you have hot flashes and like weird things happen. But I'm assuming that would probably, like my period's irregular now and it was always regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's going to help us not have a kid along with the vasectomy.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you would like to
Right?
think that the vasectomy is.
Is fail safe.
But there's also like Chase, I've said this before on the podcast. Chase looks at me and I have his baby inside of me.
yeah.
Like it does it. We both are very fertile and like I'm thankful for that. I don't want to be insensitive to anybody.
that
but,
was like my mom.
yeah, like it's never been an issue for us. And so
Not
that
Morgan
being a
either,
factor-
honey.
Right. But so like that being a factor
Not
makes
Maddie.
it like, more heightened. Well, Maddie, remember it took them forever to get pregnant.
Yeah.
with-
And then
year
she got
with
pregnant by
Rosie.
Yeah.
accident.
Yeah. When we were over there, was that last night? Yeah,
It
that was last night.
Yeah.
Chase looked at that. We were sitting out at the table and Chase looked at them and was like, I'm really worried for you guys. And I was like, oh my God, what is he saying? And he was like, dude, you got to get a vasectomy.
Yeah, dude.
She
like
told me
Chase
the other
literally was
night.
like, I'm
You
like,
have to.
genuinely
They
They
worried
used a
for y'all.
condom the other night.
No,
Yeah.
she
They bought
can't
condoms.
emotionally handle another baby. She can't.
No.
Not that any of us could.
None
I
of us
couldn't
could.
handle a third, and she
No.
has a
She's
third.
strong
She
as-
cannot. But
Yeah,
she
she is.
cannot. None of us could.
No, none of us
handle
could. Let's be
another
so
fucking
clear, none of us
pregnancy.
could.
She cannot do it. So they have to get a vasectomy.
Yeah.
That one would be
No, that would
around
be-
to all of our houses.
Yeah.
On a weekly rotation.
Yeah.
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 He has a
One of us would have to
consultation, though, I
adopt
think,
that
for
child.
sure.
I think
sure.
he has
Anyone
a consultation.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know when it is, but I'm pretty
Good.
sure he said he has one.
Yeah, she said he finally started bringing it up, which she knew was a
Good.
good sign.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
Like no more kids can
I-
come
I'm-
out of that woman's vagina.
Honestly, for me, it's
Or
been so
belly,
much
or anywhere,
better.
mouth.
Like
I don't nowhere. No more babies popping out any holes that Maddie owns.
No.
None of them.
no. Like, and I was saying in the last episode, like our sex life is good now that I don't think I'm going to get pregnant.
That is lit. I actually was thinking about that, I think 2 days ago. I have this, like, when I don't, you know what another kid entails.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, you're kind of like,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I was thinking, man, if I was thinking about getting on the pill,
If
I was
you
thinking
don't have to worry about that,
vasectomies, I'm
your like vagina like
I
is
know,
like
I was thinking about that. I'm like,
opens up,
man,
yeah.
just the mental block that is released.
yeah.
And
Because
that's
I didn't
real.
feel like I was scared that I would never be horny again.
Oh,
I really
Yeah.
felt
The
that way.
the
I
post-vasectomy's got to be real.
I
Yeah.
felt that I was never going to be horny again because like I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get in the mood. I was having sex with him as like whenever I would be like, fine, God, we've got to do it. It's once this month or whatever. Now we're doing it regularly because I don't have that worry, and so I can actually just like
Yeah.
get into it.
Well, and I wonder, like, people
And I'm still
listening-
exhausted, but like
common that is.
I'm way more into it now that I know that having a baby is not the result of it.
almost as if your
Yeah.
brain knew, like, you can't.
Yeah.
yeah.
do
No,
that.
because sex
Your
is
brain
so
knows.
mental for women.
It's so mental.
And
I just listened
so-
to a podcast recently. I can't remember what it is. That was like that. It was a sex therapist or doctor. Like she studies sex.
Yeah.
And she said that for women, it's a 24-hour foreplay thing. Like it literally starts with the man like mowing the grass.
Yeah.
The day before, like it's a full lead in
Yeah.
versus the 24 seconds that it takes a man.
I know that's right. Try 2.4.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Move the decimal.
No,
I
but,
always can- and
but
I always
how
can
true
tell,
does that
like-
feel, though? Like it
Yeah.
almost is a buildup. And like, have
Yeah.
you been giving me words of affirmation? Have you taken out the trash or like whatever it is
Yeah.
that like does it for you?
For me, it's acts of service, like,
and a haircut.
and a haircut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But,
you
like-
love a haircut.
Oh, I love a haircut.
Yeah.
It really works for
Yeah,
me.
it does.
yeah,
But like, really, I mean, I just like, he puts out the vibe a lot all the time.
You're always emitting.
Yes. So it's like, I really appreciate when he's not putting the vibe out too hard and he's actually just living his life. I'm like, ooh.
yeah.
And then when I say something, I'm like, hey, like maybe a massage tonight. He's like, oh, you know, like he's like so psyched.
It's so weird. I was just thinking about that, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah. But when all day he's like grazing against me every time he walks by, he's like, I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
you're doing too much.
Disgusting.
You're doing too much. Or when he's like, I feel good. I'm like, I know, babe, you look good.
That's the
you really do
best right now.
You
He's
look
like
good.
wanting you to.
But like, how many times do I have to tell you? You look good?
Yeah.
Sure.
But the vasectomy, I will tell you, I think that was
That
the
makes sense.
catalyst.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think
Yeah.
it was like, oh, I can see you as a man now.
I wonder how many
mental
women
block is
feel that
gone.
way.
And not just as a person that's going to get me pregnant and make my life miserable. Because pregnancy and postpartum to me is misery.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
That's true.
yes.
Love the baby, love the kid. Pregnancy and postpartum, misery.
Yeah, and like I feel like even if you don't actively front of your mind consciously have those feelings, 8 months postpartum, I mean, it's back
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Whether you're in control of that or not. I mean, and not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not a rule, but I feel like me at 8 months, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, me at 18 months,
I
do
didn't
not want to get
feel
pregnant again.
I did not feel attractive or like myself until Farrah was 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the fact that I'm starting to feel human at 8 months, I think is the vasectomy.
That's so interesting.
Because
I wanna
I was
know how many-
pregnant. I was pregnant before Hart turned 2, so I guess that's not so true.
when Farrah turned
I
2,
haven't felt like myself in 4 years.
Yeah.
no, you definitely haven't. When Farrah turned 2 was when were we going to like 210 Jack and like doing those things?
That was your 40th.
Yeah.
So Farrah was 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm 42
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. I felt attractive
Yeah.
then. But I don't remember before that. Like I can think about even just her first birthday, whatever. It's not even just attractive. I didn't feel like me
Yeah.
until she was 2.
Yeah.
Until I was 40. And I had her at 38.
Yeah.
So 2 years it takes me to feel even a little bit like myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got a little while yet.
Yeah. So the fact that I'm starting to like,
Yeah.
there's still a lot of
It's
stuff where I'm
uphill
like,
from here,
"Ugh,"
though.
but like it's uphill from here.
Right.
I have gotten past the trenches
Yes.
of the beginning.
Yes.
He's starting to crawl. He's starting to like communicate.
Yeah.
I've gotten past the part where you're like, this weird little potato is ruining my life.
If you're
Yeah.
ever hungry, you can just eat him.
Yeah.
Like,
because he's just
yes.
so
Yeah,
delicious.
my
Take a bite out of
He's a
but
ham. He is a honey baked ham.
He really is.
He looks like a honey baked ham.
he's not like a, no.
No, I
He's
know.
So,
Like,
so
this is-
scrumptious. So scrumptious.
It's too much.
This is why AI is dangerous. He's AI.
He
Yeah.
looks
He's
like
not
AI.
real.
I know.
He's not real.
He's
know.
so beautiful.
Not real.
I'd be interested to see how many women say the same thing. Because, like, for me, it wasn't a post vasectomy because the trenches got deeper post vasectomy because he did it so early. But for me,
Wait,
like,
when did he? Oh, yeah.
Three
like
months?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
3 or
yeah.
4 weeks postpartum.
Yeah.
And
He
so, I
did,
mean,
Nick did it like at 2 months or something.
yeah.
But I haven't. I just started feeling into
Yeah.
it at 8 months. Like
See,
7 months,
feel
I
like,
started
honestly,
feeling into it.
I'm trying to learn more about my cycle, and I'm noticing that I'm noticing
happy.
that there are certain times of the month.
When you're ovulating, you're
Yeah,
horny.
which like I know
When I'm
I
ovulating,
know.
I'm a horn dog.
I know that like everybody's like, duh, Macy, but like I'm trying to really pay attention to
Yeah.
that,
That's awesome.
But it's true.
and it's true, and it's
Whenever you're ovulating,
but
you
I
want it.
Like knowing that though makes me feel less bad. Like this week, I've like he's like tried 3 times, and I'm like, stop, I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But like 2 weeks ago, like when we were in
Oh
Canada,
yeah, you wanted it.
we sexted when I was
Yeah.
in Canada.
Love that for you.
I initiated it,
Love
Oh, yeah.
that.
which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Love it.
I walked out of the
'Cause you were
bedroom
ovulating.
and Darcy,
Yeah.
yeah, and Darcy was like, "Did y'all just sex?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Um."
Oh my
But
gosh.
I know, but I'm
my
just now
gosh.
getting to a point though where I'm feeling. I guess a better way to say it is like me again, because I've been for the past 5 years, because I got pregnant in. No, got pregnant in 2020. Had Eli, got pregnant with Wyatt when E was 18 months, and then. And I just stopped nursing Eli at 15 months. So there
Yeah.
was no break in
Yeah, yeah,
hormones
yeah.
there at 3 months,
Yeah.
which like they didn't regulate in 3 months. And then I got pregnant with Wyatt, went through pregnancy, and then I breastfed him for 19 months. And
Holy
I'm
shit.
right. And so
Oofa
I'm
loof.
just now 6 months post
Yeah.
breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And I think it's like
You're
I've never
starting
been
to.
post 6 months
Oh,
breastfeeding.
hey,
Yeah.
he
Like,
just
this is my
turned
first time.
2.
Yeah.
This is my first time
Years, yeah.
to be not pregnant, not postpartum,
and
not
your
breastfeeding, not
hormones are
post
starting
breastfeeding.
to regulate,
And
yeah.
so I think this is truly the first time since getting pregnant with E that my hormones are like starting to regulate.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually like noticing my cycle and how
Yeah.
I'm feeling on it because
Yeah.
that's feeling normal.
amazing.
Yeah.
And oh, it's
Learning
felt
your
so
own
good.
patterns.
Oh yeah,
Well,
the
and-
cycle
And
stuff
just
is
your
really
hormones
interesting.
fucking finally somewhat
Yes.
coming down to earth
Yes.
again.
Yeah, because there's one thing to understand when you're, I mean, it's going to change month to
Yes.
month anyway. But when you're at this point,
Yes.
I mean, it's
But
something
that's
you can
the
start
thing,
to rely
like,
on.
the topic that we're like supposed to be, being done with kids. I, in my mind, like, I'm done. And so there
Yeah.
is this like empowerment of like, okay, the emotions are not the emotions, the hormones that I'm feeling right now, or I guess not feeling, because I don't,
Yeah.
y'all know what I'm saying. That feels exciting because there's not this like, well, you're just gonna have to go through it again.
That's the thing
in the back
about
of
knowing
my
you're
mind.
not knowing you're done
Yes.
is you're constantly in that limbo of like, okay, I feel okay now, but I'm about to have to start
Yes.
from fucking scratch.
Exactly.
And like I
And,
knew
like,
that
I'm
the
not gonna
whole
do that.
time Farrah was growing up.
Exactly.
And I was just like, I'm gonna have to fucking go all the way back to that dark ass place.
Right.
And I did. And now I'm finally inching my way
Yeah.
into the light.
But it's really
Also
cool to know that you're inching it out for the last time.
It's so
Like,
nice. But there's also this weird sadness of like,
Yeah.
everything that's the last is the last.
sure.
Everything he does is the last of that thing.
For sure.
And that like is weird.
Yeah.
It's like it really fucks with your brain.
It's the parasite in us.
yeah,
for
it just
sure.
really, really fucks with your brain to be like, this is the last baby that's like learning to crawl.
Yeah.
This
no,
is
that's
the
so
last
true.
baby that needs
Yeah.
me to like hold them against my chest.
Well, and all the things
You
are
know.
the last. Somebody the other day was asking when we're going to start potty training Wyatt. And I was like, not anytime soon. He's showing
Yeah.
no interest. He's literally 2.
Yeah, we didn't till
But
3
also,
with Farrah.
this is crazy because it's diapers and nobody likes diapers. It feels like a really big deal to have the last kid out of diapers.
Not diapers.
And that's not
Yeah.
me like, I'm not going to
Then
like
follow
keep him
his
in
lead.
diapers. Oh,
No.
which we did with
Yeah.
Eli and it
It's
literally
like,
took 3
whatever.
days. So we'll do it again. But I do think there's a piece of like,
Yeah.
with E at this point, I had the potty out and I was like
Yeah.
trying and
You're
whatever.
not in a rush.
No,
No.
because like,
I know.
again,
I
I
think
don't
that's-
like diapers.
Right.
The same with like
Perspective.
daycare, which I'm lucky to like have a job where I'm not the primary breadwinner in my house. Nick is.
Mm-hmm.
So when I work and I make us money. But if I don't work, we don't die.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a luxury. And I can be like, okay, I don't want to put him in daycare right now because
Yeah.
I'm home
Yeah.
85% of the time. But that's another thing with like, I don't see myself wanting or having any kind of rush to put Tony in anything.
Yeah.
Like literally none. Because I don't want
Yeah.
to.
Then keep it. Do what
Like
we did with-
I just want him
do
with
what we
me,
did with
even though it's
all of our kids.
Yeah.
The old like
Farrah was
like,
2 when I put her in.
But think about it. We had help.
Yeah, 2.
But they were still at home. Like, was it the most conducive for like sanity and work? No.
no, but we
they
had
were
like
still home.
people come into the house. Yeah.
And they didn't fully leave for
Yeah.
school until 2.
Yeah,
and
Farrah
that
was
felt
2 when she
like
started doing that.
really that felt really good.
And I think for Tony, I'll probably be the same.
Yeah.
Even though I have more work now and I am, if he wasn't here, I would be on tour. 'Cause
Yeah.
the money I would be making so much more money. But I just feel like, and he's no more precious than Farrah, but like, he's just so precious. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want, even today when we had the mother's helper over, I was like, do you want to try to put him down? And she went and tried and he just flipped the fuck out.
yeah.
So I came up like within 5 minutes and he was literally like, couldn't catch his breath. So like hyperventilating, like so upset.
Yeah.
And I took him and he immediately just regulated
Sweet
just to be
baby.
on my chest.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
and just that feeling of like, I'm not ready to let him figure it out. I'm
you
not.
don't have to be.
No.
You don't have to be.
And I have so many friends that are like, oh, but you need it's like, yes, of course I need me time, but like he's going to be older so quick.
Yeah.
He's going to not need me. He's going to be all the things. It's like he is only this precious little like
You're also-
honey ham.
Like, you're not miserable.
I'm not.
Like
Nope.
For a minute you weren't doing great, but it
No,
wasn't
I
even
would-
like because of him.
No,
Like,
he's such an easy
You've
baby.
never been miserable, and so there's no point in being like, but you need to do something.
Farrah,
for you.
as much as I adore her, made me miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, she was
He's a different baby.
colicky. She was
He's a different
angry.
baby.
She was just really hard.
And it's okay to have different. Like we sent
And he's
Wyatt,
not. He's really not hard.
No, it's okay
He's
that
not.
they're different.
I can work
It
out. I
doesn't-
literally can work out with him
Yeah.
there. And he watches me like, go, Mom.
Little king.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it's like
Better or worse.
no.
No, it's not
'Cause,
better
like,
or worse.
with-
It's just easier.
With Wyatt, we were ready a lot earlier.
Yeah.
The only reason he went at 18 months was because it was the earliest he could get in.
Yeah.
Was it hard? Yes. I still keep him home most Fridays because
Yeah.
he is still my baby. But
Yeah.
but like he needed to go. He needed to get to
And
school, and
that's-
it doesn't mean that like
Yeah.
we're not as close or
No, it's
whatever. So
different.
it's different.
Oh,
kids
Farrah and
need
I are
different
literally
things.
like soulmates. Like,
yeah,
but I need her in camp.
yeah.
I dropped her off and I was like, hallelujah,
Yeah.
hallelujah.
She's also like the
Her
most
energy is
fluttery social butterfly in the entire
She literally
world.
ran out of the car and was
Yeah.
like, bye. Like,
You
she didn't
need
give
her
a
in
fuck.
camp, and she needs to be. in
Yes.
She needs constant. Well, I'm positive she has ADHD. I would diagnose
needs
her
constant
in my
stimulation.
sleep.
Yeah.
I would bet my life that she has ADHD.
Yeah.
Which most people do. Many people do. And it makes for like a really smart, successful person. But it is so hard to live with
Yeah.
at home when the entire day it's poking, touching, flipping,
Yeah.
cartwheeling, yelling in your face. Like this is what she does.
Yeah.
The whole day. It's poke, poke, poke.
They're also
and
just
it
that-
is really hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's overstimulating.
constantly
Cough for a
needing-
second,
yeah.
please.
It's overstimulating.
Mom.
To
Literally
the point where Nick and I both are like, oh my God. Nick's way worse than me. He like has such little patience. Oh, he's like, Farrah, and I'm like, babe, you've been home for 10 minutes. Like, but like, I get it. It is overstimulating.
Yeah, it is.
Even Tony, who is a little baby, who is obsessed. It's like she's a celebrity when she walks in. He's obsessed with her. But within 10 minutes, he's overstimulated
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's like, I love you. Can you please give me
Was a
1 foot?
change
Give me
in-
1
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
Like, stand here and talk to me. It's just, it is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. But
You
that's why
can't-
she's in camp and she's thriving in
and then
camp.
you don't
and-
risk having another.
Yeah. And you're done.
One Farrah
The one
is beautiful and amazing.
amazing and the best. And I mean, literally, she's so fucking funny.
No,
the other
she's
day,
she's the best.
she's so fucking advanced too. Like her,
Yeah.
Real.
the mother's helper is like, I can't believe the conversations I'm having
Yeah.
with your child.
100%.
Like, and the other day I was talking and she goes, Mom, I wasn't done talking.
Yeah.
And she looked at me. She wasn't joking at all. She looked at me with like the straightest face. She was like, I wasn't done talking.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. And instead of like something catty and like what I would normally think from her, would she just like make something up just to like be right? She had something legit to say. And I was like, Queen, you were not done talking. Like that changed our conversation.
sweet.
Yeah, but I was, she's just so advanced and like smart and like saying things and talking about things that are like, I mean, Hart and I have conversations that are very adult.
Hart's
Literally.
an old soul though.
Hart and I talk about things where I'm like, Hart. And he's like, Amy.
He's an old
Like
soul.
he's literally he's a little old person.
Yeah, he is.
But it's just they are getting to the age where you're having real conversations and it's a
you-
beautiful
it really
thing.
is so sweet.
But they're still 4 and they're still fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's a wild time.
They are smart.
It's a wild time to be alive.
I know.
That again. You know?
No,
No.
fuck no.
Yeah.
No.
Won't be done.
Also, I'll be like dead. They'll be like 10 and I'll be dying.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll be like, my mom's in hospice. It's like, you're 12.
You have to
Yeah.
name your next
Like-
little girl. Very
Like, I'm too old.
menopause.
Yes, honey. No.
You
You,
could
don't
have
want
a
a mom
third
in
name her
hospice
Carrie.
when you're 12.
Where are you? You're just still thinking.
No, I mean no. Oh, okay.
Maybe you will one day.
So the current pretty sure is done. Mm-hmm. He does not have a vasectomy.
Yeah.
I am not on it. We are very much avoiding when we need to avoid it.
Yeah.
Right now we are a hard no and doing actually. So there's this stark difference of, by the way, we're about to hit 30 minutes. So I'll keep it short, but we're about, what was I going to say?
Uh-oh.
You're talking about whether
Cat got your tongue?
Hold on.
you guys are not having sex when you're ovulating.
Thank you.
I couldn't remember either. I'm glad
With
you did.
Hart
I was
and
just
Rudy,
staring at you.
Well, you knew you wanted at least two, so you were like, whatever, throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, exactly. So with them, we didn't really care. I was really watching that clock. Oh my God, I was in a trance.
You had a stroke. It's called. It's a mom stroke, honey.
Yeah, it's
we
called
all
a-
have
I
them.
couldn't
called
help
a
you.
stroke.
I was
Get with
watching
it.
Fig. Fig has not opened his eye. He's just going.
Oh yeah, he's chilling.
Yeah, he's got his eyes are actually so tightly.
He's,
closed.
like,
he's
he-
fully relaxed.
There, he's
But I see, but I see he's trying not to emit the allergens.
Yeah. He's trying to tune us out. He's like, I
really
cannot
focused.
listen to this fucking
But
shit.
yeah,
any
wow.
longer.
Sorry, the train really left the station on that one.
sorry, I'm not helping.
No, that was apologies. But with Hart and with Rudy, we were like, oh no, like whatever.
Yeah.
It was a whatever.
Yeah, we're married. We want
Exactly.
kids. Let's
Yeah.
let it happen if it happens.
We have that is not how it is now. We're like we are just as, or I am just as aware of where I'm at.
Yeah.
But we are actively
Not doing it
taking-
during those
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or using other methods.
Yeah.
So
And that's the
a
weird part
big
is that you're horny. Those are the times that you're horny.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the thing that like
It's so annoying.
yes.
Y'all, yeah,
that's
and the
when you want
window
it.
is small
Yes.
these days, and it's because of life is
Well, yeah.
just like beating me
Yeah.
to a pulp.
Yeah.
But I'm handling it well. Okay,
Yes, honey.
I
She
can't
hasn't
do
shaved her head
everything. I
yet.
can't be everything for everyone. But that is the difference. Wouldn't you say, babe? Of like we're taking those steps.
Yeah.
because we're a hard no.
Yeah.
I like to say like, oh, of course, it would be cool to have one more. It would be one more
Yeah.
because we see how cute and sweet they are.
Yeah, of
But I
course.
kinda
You guys
feel
make
like-
such cute babies.
But I just don't think that right now I don't see myself being at a point where I feel like pros outweigh.
Yeah.
And also think about like, and whatever happens will happen, but think about like how far you'll be at that point
Yeah.
where you're like, I'm actually liking life.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, let me take it back to where I'm miserable.
That's what
And
I
it's
was
like,
saying
of
at
course you love the
dinner
baby,
the
but
other
the
night.
rest of it fucking sucks.
Like when
Yeah.
you hit that cushy phase of
Yeah.
like, oh, we're on the
You're
porch
living.
and we're not even watching them.
Yeah.
Like Chase and I have been there for a couple
Just
months now.
playing.
And like they're just up in the playroom while we're sitting
It's
by
so
ourselves.
nice.
And
Yeah.
being in that stage with both of them is like
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
genuine friends and it's
Yeah.
crazy. And so but that's why we ended up we didn't try with why it happened super fast, but we got to a point where it was like if it does
Right.
happen, it happens.
Right.
Because
Right.
I don't know, I just told you all this, but it was because we were like, oh, we're getting cushy.
Yeah.
We don't want to get so far
No.
removed from
Right.
this
Yeah.
that it's all done again. So
Yeah.
that's a good perspective
And it's
because
yeah, I love that we're kind of, well, y'all are both hard nosed, but I feel like kind of for different reasons, like similar reasons, but different.
I would
You
have like 4 kids if I was
Right.
young.
Yeah.
But that not
I would
because
not.
but I would hate
Yeah.
pregnancy,
See, like,
but I
different
love
reasons
I
why
just
you're
loved
hard-nosed.
having 3 brothers. I mean, I love
Yeah,
coming
I
from a
have
big
3
family.
siblings
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Like I love that like I have 3 best friends that
Sure.
literally are the best ever.
yeah, see,
But
I don't feel
think
that way about
one
my siblings.
person but I think
Yeah.
one sibling can provide that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
which is
tons
what-
of friends.
absolutely.
that's what I
Yeah.
had.
With
So that's why
Kyle,
like 2
yeah.
for me has always
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
like that's it.
Yeah.
And I think having one is great too. If
Yes,
you want one
yeah,
kid
sure.
and you're
Yes.
done,
Absolutely.
fuck yeah, babe.
Right. There's no
Yeah.
right
I
number.
fucking support
well,
you.
and then that person might have had no sibling. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
that person might have had
And
6
also that kid
siblings.
gets every single resource.
Yes.
Right.
But for me personally,
Yes.
because of how I grew up, I knew I needed her to have someone.
Right.
Yeah.
We're both talking, or both. We're all 3 talking about being done after 2, but it's
Yeah.
also like some people are done after 1. Some people are
Yeah.
never want one all together, but this is a mom podcast.
Lots of people
good.
This is a mom
nowadays.
podcast.
Lots
Yeah.
of people are done at one.
Yeah.
and good for fucking
and that's
you.
valid.
I could have been done at one. I mean, I really just wanted her
Yeah.
to have
know.
someone.
Well,
Yeah,
and good thing
yeah,
to clarify,
yeah.
we're not saying that 2 is a magic number.
We just all happen to have 2
coincidentally
and
like
probably
that's when
are
we're
done.
But like
And-
Maddie had 3, and
Right.
Maddie, like, while Annie was not planned, they were not closed off to 3.
No,
They were not
weren't.
closed off.
They would have
weren't.
ended up having. They did,
Yeah.
but I do think they
Just
would have
not-
ended up
Yeah.
having a 3rd.
I feel
Not
like
that
they
quick.
probably would have waited a little.
They
bit
would have
longer,
waited.
yeah.
for sure.
But you know, it's
you know
just,
what? Now it's done, and she's on the other side of it. She can be
Exactly.
done.
Yep.
If he gets a vasectomy, she can actually move on with her life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
because they are starting to get to kind of some.
Yes,
like normal- they're, like,
normalcy.
functioning.
Annie's so
she's back
fucking
at
cute
work
right now,
She's
by the
back
way.
at work,
Yes,
which is
yes,
good for
yes.
her.
God, she's cute.
Yeah.
She's
Oh
so
my
cute.
gosh.
Well,
God,
their
she's
kids
cute.
are literally.
Perfect blend of
That
Rosie and
little-
Jack.
To me, she looks just like Maddie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
She
which,
has,
When
like,
I see
she
their
has this.
faces, I'm like, that's
It's this
the
right
same
here.
fucking
Yeah.
face.
That Maddie has. That
Yeah.
I'm,
That's the
I'm
same
pointing in my
face.
eyes
Yeah.
and the eye sockets. But yeah,
so beautiful.
I
Nick's texting.
who is Nick?
Which
He woke up, just gave him 6 ounces. We'll put him back in his crib shortly.
He'll be home.
Roger
soon.
that.
speaking, we need to wrap it up. But
Yeah.
speaking of Maddie, we're hoping to have her on.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we'll do next episode, but
Yes.
we want. First of all, we've been talking about Maddie
Oh,
ever
you
since the
guys
show
don't
started.
even know what's gonna
She's
hit
a
ya.
fucking riot and is so funny.
You don't
Yeah,
even
she
know.
But she's gonna share about her home births.
She's like me, but a little bit more psychotic in the best
Yeah.
way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
means she's funny.
Y'all's humor. Yeah,
She's
y'all's humor
hilarious.
is- Yours is more
People at work.
self-deprecating.
Oh yeah. By the way, guys, me and Maddie work together.
Yeah,
And we had like since before we had kids, and people are like, "Oh yeah, checks out,
yeah.
Yeah.
checks out that y'all."
I'm
are
excited
friends."
for her
Yeah.
to be on.
Yeah.
No,
Just
it'll
really-
be great. Also, I just like home births interest me so much.
We have not had a home birth.
I know, I
Because
know.
that's like the dream for most women.
And it's
Yeah.
like we're not going to have anyone but Maddie.
yeah.
Well, no.
Well, I've been
So-
begging her for
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
years.
she needs to be on
finally
it
is agreeing to
regardless.
it.
Yeah,
We
Well,
gotta
everybody's
get-
gonna love her so much. They're gonna
Yeah.
be like, "Have Maddie."
Maddie has had 2 home births, but she has 3 kids, and the reason she had the second as a home birth and then the third, of course,
Yeah.
was because, well, she'll tell you,
Jack literally.
Jack flew
flew out.
out like a fucking slip and
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah.
And to hear her tell the story,
Which
of
is
that,
so-
we should get her to tell
and then
that story.
followed by the
crazy.
home
Yeah,
births
yeah.
is insane.
We
So-
just need from her perspective because
then
it's
you
gonna
get
be so funny.
Then
when
you
she
get
tells
to
it.
hear the why she's done.
Yeah,
And then we all get to DM
Yeah.
Wilmo.
But
and say,
also,
"Get a
we'll
vasectomy."
all like drink so much when Maddie's here, which is going to be so fun.
we will all drink so much when
Yeah.
Maddie's here.
I
'Cause
feel
Maddie's
we
like a
need to do
drunkstigator.
that. We need to do that on a night where we maybe like don't have anything else to
Yeah.
do the next
Yeah.
day.
Maybe we like film that on the
we
Saturday.
take, or like we take PTO,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like something. Me and Maddie
Yeah.
take PTO the
Yeah.
next day, something like
that's
that.
gonna
Yeah.
be maybe that's a margarita night too.
Ooh, that kind of does feel like a liquor night.
Yeah.
Is there a Monday holiday coming up that we could do a Sunday night?
Well, one just passed.
Oh, by the way, Father's Day's coming up, guys. So
I don't know.
Yeah,
I actually got something really I actually like in advance did something cool.
I need to hear what that
Wow,
is.
I know, I wanna hear too.
after this.
Yeah,
But yeah, pretty much.
Which I never do.
I know. I don't either.
but I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's close to his birthday. His birthday is
Yeah,
on
the
the 26th. So I was like,
I know it's the 26th.
I know.
I remember these things. I'm a freak.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something.
That's my special interest.
And then I tried to do something else that was big, but it kind of fell through. But the it's cute.
cool. Oh my gosh,
know.
you're so sweet.
I never do anything.
Well,
I mean,
why
that's
this
not
year?
true.
Why this year? Because you're horny? Or-
No, because he has 2 kids and he's really doing well and he's helping so much and like, you know, he's doing the best he can.
That's
And
sweet.
he's doing it all without a father.
Yeah.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like really
Yeah.
it's really hard for him.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I know it is.
Father's Day hurts him.
I know.
So it's like I need to make it special.
I hate
Yeah.
that I kind of didn't even think about
Yeah.
that. in this
No,
moment
no,
when
but
we were
it's a
talking
big
about Father's
deal.
Day.
Like
yeah, it is.
it's his dad was his best friend. So it's like
Yeah,
every Father's Day and every birthday, everything really hurts him.
It's
Yeah.
extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's
Oof.
like doing such a good job. Like he's really killing it.
He's a king. Nick, this goes out to you. I love you so much.
I know. I love it too.
He's a good boy.
Oh my
the
god, he is a
best.
good boy.
He's a good
boy, Nick.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Give your wife a massage.
Sweet baby.
Oh my god,
He's a sweet. He's a
so
sweet boy.
stupid.
Yeah.
Be good or you're going
So yeah, that's on knowing when you're done. Would you say though for you there was like a sense of completion, or were you, or
I
it was
didn't
just
feel
like I
that's
don't
what
want
she
to be
said.
pregnant
Well, I
again?
didn't feel complete with just one.
Yeah, yeah,
And now with Tony, I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was a definite more than one.
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm like,
I didn't feel, I didn't personally feel like a one person
Yeah.
ever. And so even though after Farrah, I was like, I never want to do that again.
Yeah.
This is hard. I pushed through it anyway because I knew in my heart, I was like, and I also knew like, I kind of knew we'd have a boy. And so I felt that
I
for
know, I
her. I
remember those
felt brother.
conversations,
I
yeah.
felt brother, but I also felt that I was a boy mom.
Yeah.
And so just having brothers my whole life.
you're like, I can do this.
Yeah. And it's I just felt, no, we're going to have another one. And it's going to be a
Yeah.
boy. And with her, I knew it was a girl. I knew she was a girl
Yes.
way before they told me. And I knew he was a boy. I doubted myself with him. With her, I never doubted myself. I was like, this is
Didn't you like
a
have
girl.
that dream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you
Yeah.
know your name.
Yeah, I dreamed her name. I dreamed her curly hair. I dreamed her. So, you know, she's like, her and I are very, very connected. He's connected. Of course, him and I are connected, but he's also very connected to Nick. Whereas Farrah, like, is mostly me, and
Yeah.
she's allowing Nick into her life in pieces, which is typical of girls, but
Very
you know,
sweet.
also is hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's very much like, he loves Tito. He loves Daddy. He loves.
Yeah.
He's just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's chill. But yeah, I know I didn't feel like we were done.
Yeah.
I didn't. And
That's what I
now
always
I,
tell people, though.
absolutely
Yeah.
do. And honestly, like the adoption thing, I always wanted to do. I don't know that my family can handle it.
Yeah.
So it would definitely have to be us in a different place,
Yeah.
financially and just emotionally in life,
Yep.
to be
I
able
wonder
to
if
take that
fostering
on.
would ever be like an option down the road too.
Not for Nick. For me, it would.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for Nick, he's just a hard no on fostering.
That's fair. I
He's
think
a
it's
hard
good
no
to
on
know
taking someone in and having them leave.
that. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
rough.
yeah.
Because
like,
he's just
honestly,
like, I don't think that's healthy for
him.
the kids.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's healthy for me.
Good for him for recognizing that. And yeah. But yeah, I
Absolutely.
think I always tell people it's a feeling of completion.
Yeah.
That's, and like maybe not everybody
Well,
can say that, but
what's
for
so
us,
crazy
it's
is I feel like we have that right now. Maybe that changes in 5 years.
Yeah.
that's true. It could
Honestly,
change.
guys, I think I want to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Like want to be done.
We'll see. You're not sure.
But I'm not sure. But right now, I feel like
It's not the right
I
time.
feel good about
Yeah.
being done.
Yeah.
But I guess that's life, though.
Yeah.
Things change.
Yep.
Yeah.
Things change and you'll
Yeah.
see.
But like I had preeclampsia and 2 C-sections already.
Yeah.
So it's also like maybe like fuck my
Dangerous?
feelings.
Yeah.
It's also dangerous.
A little
Maybe
bit
like
of
fuck my
that.
feelings.
Yeah.
And like
and like be
it is
done.
what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I have 2 wonderful little boys.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
that's
Like
on
literally
period.
beautiful, perfect, amazing.
Oh
That's
my
so
gosh.
true.
they're
And so
cute.
and I feel that like honestly, I don't want to take anything away from vaginal births because I think they're just as hard or harder.
Absolutely.
But when you've had a C-section
pushing that
and
thing
and
out.
the recovery, it's a gnarly that you don't wish on anyone.
yeah.
And like I honestly like I don't understand women that have lots of C-sections. Like
Yeah.
I bless you, fucking good for you. I can't imagine opening this up again.
And
Yeah.
someone fact check me, and I'll fact check myself later. But like, I don't think there's like, I mean, unless you get to like an astronomical like Kim Duggar. What's her name? What Duggar? What's the mom? The Duggar mom?
Oh, I don't know.
Something Duggar.
One of the yeah.
The Duggar mom level of vaginal births. I don't know that there's really an increase. Like if you have like
A risk.
2 versus 3 or 3
C-sections
versus
are
4,
risky.
You
Really
have a
risky.
very high every time you have a C-section.
Yes.
that
Yeah.
much higher.
Uterine rupture, infection.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All of that stuff.
So, and I don't think that really happens with like 1 to 2.
You
or
just
2
get
to 3.
looser and looser.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say
just
the
get
Duggars were
looser.
walking out of her
There,
vagina.
yeah,
That thing doesn't
no,
close
it's
up.
like a
Yeah.
hot dog down a hallway.
Right.
No,
there
but
are-
C-sections, it's very, very like
Are,
it's
are you
in
supposed to only have 3? Did I make that up?
tops, 3 tops.
Oh,
People
yeah.
do more, but they don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't even know that they recommend 3.
Yeah,
No.
maybe that's what I'm
Two
thinking. That 2 is
is
the number,
But,
and 3 is
yeah.
what's like.
But I mean, they'll do. I mean, if you're having
Yeah.
your baby,
And I
you're
will
having
say
your
that
baby.
like this time is
Yeah.
more gnarly. Like the healing was easier at first, but it's
yes,
a shelf.
Yeah.
yes,
And I didn't have that. Like it was flatter last time.
recovery versus like aftermath.
Yeah, the aftermath
is
like this is like different where it's like it's still
yeah,
I can do 200 million sit-ups. I can
Yeah.
change my diet. There's still a thing where it's like an indentation because
Yeah.
2 full babies
yeah.
came out of that same fucking gnarly ass
And
wound.
it's like I know I had like a better recovery. It was an easier recovery because the nerves were already cut. All of that.
Yeah.
So the hardest part of the first C-section was already done with. It still was bad, but not as bad. And I think I'm thinking about like all the internal stuff that I'm like not aware of.
Yeah.
All the like I can't.
Yeah.
I have no feeling down there.
No.
Scar massage. Never heard of her.
yeah.
like-
no, I'm not good about that either. I
Never
need to get better. I did
So
it more with
that
Farrah.
would
Just
help
imagine
the
with
shelf.
a third. So I
Yeah.
think it's just like also like okay, well, this is like kind of a self-care practice to
Yeah.
like avoid conception.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like therefore,
Did
as a
you
result-
swell head to toe? Because I got edema
Yeah.
with both,
yeah.
and it was. You remember?
Yeah. Oh.
You remember too. It was.
So the
with
memory's
both
there.
for 2
I'm
for
remembering
2 to 3 full weeks.
yours
I am a
was worse.
soup
It was
dumpling,
so bad.
Yours
and
was
I
worse
had
than
it
mine.
both times. I know that certain bodies are just prone to it.
Yeah.
That to me
yeah.
was maybe the worst part.
So actually,
'Cause that's like dehumanizing.
My-
you don't feel or look like yourself.
dehumanizing it really was. I'm
No,
so glad that you recognize
Amy,
it. No,
yours
I mean
was worse
truly.
than mine, but also mine was worse with Hart than it was with Rudy. And I think, even though I had preeclampsia with Rudy, I think it's because I was on such an extra cocktail of medicine with Rudy because I was like on the verge of stroking out.
Yeah.
That helped so much of the drainage, or I don't know. But I have a picture of me right after having Hart where I was literally, I mean, of course I was swollen after Rudy
Yeah.
from the, like all of the fluid, but
I expected it not to happen the second time.
oh man, but with Hart, I have a picture that I feel like is unrecognizable.
The first time I knew, the first time it happened, but I also got the epidural. I was drugged for a day and a half.
Of course.
I was in labor for a day and a half. And then
Yeah.
I did this emergency
No.
C-section and they pumped me with all that other stuff.
No,
So
your body is
afterwards I was like,
freaking
oh,
out.
okay, this makes sense. The second time it was scheduled.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it would happen. It happened just as bad.
Yeah.
Just as bad
No.
for just as long.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is my
it's
body's
just
reaction.
one of
Yeah.
those things.
This is how my body deals with it.
Yeah.
And I asked both of my sister-in-laws had C-sections and they were like, we didn't have that.
That's so
As
wild.
long as
It's
you're-
just my body decides to
Yeah.
do it.
Yes, and as long as you're peeing, so it actually has a lot to do with your pee. As long as you're peeing enough out of your catheter,
I was.
and in your hat in the toilet,
I was
then
peeing.
they're fine. They're like you just swell. But if you're holding,
They
on to
weren't
all of
worried
that-
about me. They
yeah,
were
if you're
just
holding
like,
on to it,
we're
they start to
sorry
worry.
that this happens to you.
Yeah.
There's a small percentage of women that this
Yeah.
happens to. And I was like, lucky
You're
me.
lucky.
No,
one, yeah.
my swelling was bad. It was not as bad as yours.
I really appreciate that you guys are validating that
No,
it was as
it's
bad as it
valid.
was.
No, it was bad.
No,
It was,
and
right?
I
no.
know you. I've told you this.
Yes,
But the one day that
yeah.
there was one time where I went over where even the balls of your feet were puffy, like literally under your feet, like your toes were your feet. But like I remember looking at your feet like underneath and
Any
it was
pocket
like,
that can hold.
there's no way she can walk on that.
No, like literally, I
There
was
was
limping
like,
around.
You know that brand, that moon boot brand?
Yeah.
That was
That
your
was
feet.
it.
No, Amy, valid.
Right?
It's all validated.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, and I'm sure there's this fear. I know we
I
need
had
to,
like
we need to wrap
water,
it up,
No,
but
you're fine.
literally
I know-
water. I was a water balloon.
Yeah. And there's got to be this fear of like, will it go down?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Is it
That's the
gonna
main
go
fear.
away?
Is for when you wake up for 2.5 to 3 weeks, and every day you look in the mirror and you're like, no change. It's you. You start to really lose hope.
Still
you
wearing
start
moon
to
boots
really
to bed?
lose hope.
I will,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I just,
You're
I
like
straight
still
up-
a soup dumpling.
That is something I will
Still
always,
don't have
I will-
ankles or knees.
I will always validate. You had.
I
no
didn't
crevice
have
in your
ankles
body.
or knees.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
crevices.
No, it was gone.
No.
Literally none.
It was gone.
And then my hips would I would go to the bathroom and they'd be like,
Yeah.
Oh
no,
my God.
You're
Oh my
making
God.
swishing sounds.
it was
as you walk.
squishing. It was water. It was like a
sure.
water bed. I was
You were
walking
a
water bed.
My God.
And Nick,
It's only funny now.
and Nick, bless his heart, was like, it's,
Oh.
No change.
he's like,
No change.
he's like, you are going through it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Fig agrees.
He would never be like, no, babe, it looks good. Or,
Yeah. Well, because that
but he would be like,
backfired.
yeah. But he would be like,
do me.
you're
So hot.
going through it.
Do me like a dumpling.
Yeah, you're so hot. I love dumplings.
Remember,
He would have done it.
Keep your moon boots
Oh,
on,
we
babe.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
would have
it's
done it.
about.
It would have been gross,
Nick,
but he would have done
we
it.
already talked about how much we love you.
We do.
You're such
Yeah.
a good boy.
Okay, we need to
You're a
go.
good boy.
Oh my God, it's 10:30.
I know. Oh my God.
I know. We're like such chatty Cathy.
Look at us. We're rebels.
Oh my
Okay,
God, not me
Chatty. Okay,
staying out
Kathy.
past my bedtime.
Okay. Oh my gosh, you're so gonna go home and get pregnant right now.
Nope.
Yeah, because both your husbands have vasectomies.
Yep. Nope. I'm just hoping that Tony isn't in our bed right now.
That's like so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how long does he cry before you take him back to your bed?
I mean, I let him sleep on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm there. If I'm not there, Nick is putting him back in his bed.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Because Nick doesn't have the same feeling as me. Nick's like, you're going to your bed.
You can just be close
Yeah.
to me and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Whereas I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't say no to him.
Yeah.
Look at him.
I know.
What am I going to say?
No.
What am I gonna say?
I literally just
you're
hold
gonna
him and
say
kiss him, and I'm
no?
like, of course you're sleeping in here. What am I going to do?
You're going to be across the hall?
Yeah. I'm like, honey, you're in here.
Come on in.
This is your bed is my bed. My bed is your bed.
What
He's
time
so
does he
fucking
wake up
cute.
and do it? Or does it kind of depend?
The last couple of days, it's literally been within an hour of putting him down. So like last night, he was in our bed.
False start.
Last night, he was in our bed the whole night. And I know Nick was trying to massage. So it was a big disappointment.
They're coming back to the massage.
But I was like, call back.
Yeah.
But I was like, I am not going to be in that chair all night. Like, fuck that.
Nick
I'm
did
too
charge
tired.
Nick
Get his
cancellation
deposit
fee
back
for
for the
sure.
massage.
Not yet.
What?
Asked if he got
No,
the
Nick is
deposit
probably
back for the
going to,
massage.
because I'm a little drunk now, Nick is probably going to get to give me a massage.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
He's probably going to get to. But
Unless
Drinking
Tony-
does help.
but unless Tony's in our bed. If Tony's in our bed,
He won't be. He won't be because Nick knows.
we'll see how bad it is.
Nick knows.
Because when Nick,
Yeah, Nick is like, she's been there drinking.
yeah, he's like, he's like, she knows how bad I want it. Because he's been putting out the signals for
My
a while
God.
now.
Chase has been
Do they
too.
ever get tired?
Chase literally yesterday tried. I was about to go work out, like about to go work out. So like my head is in the zone. Like that's where I'm at, right? And he like did this until like sat on his lap for a second, and I was like, all right, I gotta go work out. And he was like, I've been
Yeah,
put.
but if you sit on his lap with that butt,
well,
what do you
I
want?
don't wanna be like
What do you
that.
want?
I know.
but he was.
What do you
like,
expect
Like,
from him?
you can see my erection.
What do you think? If you sit on my lap with that butt, something's happening.
Yes.
No, we're not helping his case.
Okay,
that's true.
go
We're
on.
not.
But I was just like,
Chase, you're valid. What?
he was like, I've been putting out some feelers.
You're like,
and I was
I
like,
know.
I know. I
No,
haven't
we
missed
catch
them.
your
I
vibes,
just-
guys.
Yeah.
We we catch your feelers, guys.
shit.
We
Yeah,
know
I
that you're
know.
putting it out there.
I
You're
was
not
like, I know,
being
babe, I'm sorry.
like secretive.
I was like, just for what it's worth, though, like when I tell you I'm about to go work out, it's not
Yeah,
really
not
the
the
time to, like, everything's on a schedule.
Yep.
Not the time.
Yep.
Anyways,
Yep. Me and Amy both. Yep.
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 All right. Well, that's on period, you guys.
Period, honey. Gonna drunk drive home. Luckily, literally
0.4
live 1
miles.
minute. 1 minute.
not even a whole mile.
Like if I didn't make it home, like just take my license anyway.
Should Bill
You know what I
drive you
mean?
home and
Straight
walk
shot.
back?
Yeah,
Or
like
what?
legit, take my
Literally straight
license.
I'll drive you home and walk back.
No,
Sorry.
honey.
If Bill
No,
did not
queen.
like
I'm not
I-
that drunk. I'm like
God.
tipsy.
Anyway,
I'm
well,
tipsy.
okay. God, that's on period, you guys. Just that's so on period. It's
I
not
don't know
even
what to
funny.
say.
I don't know.
All right, on period.
Love.
Okay, on period. Bye.
This is Rock Me Mama. We love you. Bye.
Rock, rock, rock. rock me, mama.